Hey guys, Jimmy Gap here. Um, Welcome to Living on Light. This is my first video in uh, 2020. Um, so I've recently been talking with some of my personal training clients and friends just about me, what I'm about, expression, and I have tried to do a successful YouTube channel handful of times, at least times. I do a few videos, I quit. Even this channel, I was gonna do a breatharian bodybuilding thing, and um, I just had the realization that I often get myself way out of balance, and um, a big part of me and what I love is making life good and being extreme is something the ego likes. We like significance, and anyway, I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole, but I don't want to I I just don't feel like that's following what nature is showing us. If I look out at nature, nature consumes nature. Nature lives on life. And so, do I believe it's possible to live without food? Yes. Um, but it's not what I want for my life, because everything that I love and enjoy right now is not in line with that. And so if I take on that path, at least right now, I am I'm losing balance with all of the things I enjoy in my life. And so I'm returning back to a healthy, nutritious lifestyle in line with my work, in line with my family, my friends, because this life is about experience and enjoyment. It's not about proving things. Um, it's about evolving things, and I want to enjoy my wife and kids because this is a short term. The next 20 years, my kids will be growing up, and I don't want to be obscure from their process. And so maybe down the road when I'm 60, 70, I plan on still being very young at those ages. So it's okay if I wait 20 years to take on this process, because as I believe, it's our belief gives us our reality. And for me to have the benefits of not eating, I just have to believe I have those benefits. And so the actual not eating, I can save for another time. I don't need to prove anything. This channel is about my honest experience, my honest thought process for me. But part of my enjoyment is that my process also reveals to you. And then when I see my process helped you get through your process, it's almost like I get to re experience my process. It's kind of like raising kids. You try to give them everything you feel like you didn't have and see them level their life up above yours. And so, in a sense, that's what I want to do for anybody who comes to this channel for whatever reason. My hope is that my life, which um, my life becomes a bridge of understanding for your life. But my channel's about me and my process. So, in discussing with a friend, um, I'm not going to just be talking about one specific thing. This channel is going to be about everything I encounter. So, every video, every day, I might have a week where I talk about the same thing every time. And then I might have a month where every day I'm just on something different. Maybe in one video I hop around. It's about my intuition and my growth. Even getting on this video, I had a very light intention to talk about 2020. So my intention is to build this channel. Good or bad videos, whatever that means. I want to come on here every day. I will probably fail at that because been inconsistent in the past, but my intention is to evolve my consistency. So, one of the core beliefs I have right now is belief creates reality. And looking at my physical life now, I can truly understand all of the things I've believed. So, all of the circumstances in my life, some aspect of me is believing for some aspect of that, which allows it to be in my life. Just because I don't like it doesn't mean that's not what I believe. So, like and belief don't have to be in the same picture. Um, so, so looking at 2020, to get what I want out of 2020, I need to understand who I was leading up to 2020. So let's review 2019. And again, I'm going to be as honest as I can be. Because at the time I'm making this video, I don't have any subscribers or video watchers anyway, so it doesn't really matter. So at the beginning of 2019, I was in the process of accepting a job with a sales consulting company. And so I'm a personal trainer, so I coach people to be healthy and fit. I train them how to exercise. I guide them to change their eating behaviors, their lifestyle behaviors. But there's a part of me that wanted more money. I want more material things, and sales consulting offered a bigger cushion of money if you were successful. And so I felt like it was in alignment with who I was because it's helping people succeed at their jobs. And this sounded great. What I come to find out 6 months through this process is because my intention was not as pure as I thought. I was being greedy. I was doing out of money want, not out of passion. And I am very intuitive. I am very in touch with myself. And when I realized this, I couldn't do it anymore. I was just thinking I love helping people be better, and when my intention is to get money, it's clouded. And so, not that I wouldn't want salespeople to be better because I had lots of moments of that, but my intention was dirtied, and so my true satisfaction was not being found. And it doesn't matter what you accumulate in this physical life. If you're not true to yourself, you're going to be in a personal hell. You're going to be miserable. And I was starting to get miserable. So I want to say July-ish, I think, August, I gave it up and I went back to full-time personal training. And that business has done very well for me compared to the past since I made that full transition back. So it's been great. But let's look at my lifestyle in a whole, like my income. Interesting. I haven't looked at my W-2, but I'm pretty sure even when I was part-time overall through the year, I think my revenue over the year was much higher than it has been in the past. I'll have to check, but so I allowed myself a pay increase in my personal training. I allowed myself to be consistently on a higher level. It's interesting when you analyze like what my schedule really like I'm an early morning trainer, and like I want to be busy 5 a.m. to 10 a.m. and then I want to be able to kind of really have that freedom to leave. And my business largely has become that. And so there's a really interesting thing when you decide something and don't put a timestamp on it. Again, I'm kind of going all over the place. So I was talking with a client yesterday, and again, if my rambling bores you, I might not be the channel for you, but this is about me. So I was talking to a client yesterday, and in our last few sessions, we've been getting into nutrition and been talking more than exercising, which on my side is fine, but it's not about me; it's about them. And so at the beginning of the session, I was like, I want to make sure you're getting what you want, and so I want to make sure we're training, we're exercising your body, because that's really what this session is supposed to be. This is what I was telling her, and you know who you are if you're watching this. So um, I said, "Do you want to work out today?" And she said, "Yes." I said, "Okay, so we're gonna train today. We're gonna get a good workout." And so we made that decision. But then through connectedness, we still got into our conversation. We started going through our workout, but we were having these deep conversations. And about 45 minutes in, which often, because she's newer to training, we don't get through our full workout, even when we're focused, barely talking, like just haven't gotten through our workouts. But what was amazing, about 45 minutes, we were approaching the last couple exercises. Um, and I looked at the clock, and I had this realization of we have been having this in-depth conversation, but we have blown through the workout. I mean, we did all the right rest periods, everything. And I just had this epiphany of time, and how time in the experience of it is not linear. So if I look at the clock, the passing of physical light takes on a pattern. So the sun rises and sets, the moon, you see the moon at night. Like, life unfolding will happen the same. Um, but how much experience you can have in each second is completely flexible. And so we had this amazing, expansive conversation about being conscious around food and lifestyle and all these things, like super in depth. And we also had really good exercise sets. And we completed the whole workout. Um, so, how is it that we fit all of that in a shorter amount of time? Now, if you analytically looked at it, you could probably speak against what I'm saying. But I had this realization that you can fit as much or as little into time passing as your intention allows. And so, if you're just clear on what you want, time will conform to give you what you want. And so, kind of like, it's not the time that you live, it's if you lived in your time. Um, and so, if you're focused on being and living and getting what you want, like deadlines don't exist unless you allow them to. Like, if you need a project to be done soon, but then just focus on the project, your time will expand in its moments, and you'll meet that deadline. Um, and the only way to truly believe this is to experience it. So I don't expect you to believe it. And really, just processing this for myself. It's so interesting. So, again, back to 2020 intentions. My simple intention is that I am going to give honest expression on this channel every day. And I'm going to learn to be a master YouTuber that gives quality content. Meaning, if you ask me questions about things I've talked about in the past, I'm going to take time to give you quality answers. And at the same time, I'm going to come to this channel with what's on my heart every day and in every moment. And so that's the intention, is honesty, truth. If I'm having the thought, the questioning about something, I'm going to put it out there, not to be judged, not to change you, but it's because it's what's happening in my process. I just want to be honest about my process, because we can learn a lot from other people's processes. And so if I'm honest about where I am, what I'm experiencing, what I'm thinking, um, maybe it'll help you feel less self-judgment. Maybe it'll help you question yourself in a new way. I don't know. So that's my intention for this year. And again, like time, it's already 16 minutes, and um, I feel like it's about time to wrap this video up. So stick with me, don't stick with me, doesn't really matter. My intention is to create a community, um, but in its own time, in its own numbers. It doesn't really matter. But I definitely would love you to subscribe. I would love you to share if you found this impactful and think somebody you know could be impacted by it. But don't feel like you have to. If you feel like you want to do it, um, yeah, I would love it. So leave some comments if you have any. If you don't have any, don't leave comments. That's okay. I don't want anything fake here. And even if you disagree and want to criticize, that's okay too, because that's your honest opinion. That's where you're at, and you need to express it. Unless something is very dicey and creating problems, I'll leave it on the comments. That's okay. People are allowed to express whatever they want. So I highly doubt there's much. Now, if you're spamming the comments, I'll probably get rid of that. But honest opinion, it's definitely welcome. So I welcome all conversation that is open and honest. Um, if the conversation gets condemning, um, we might just ice that out. So we'll see. But here's to 2020. Today is I think it's the 19th of January, 2020. Ha. Tomorrow is 2020. The first 20 of 2020. That's fun. All right, guys. Until the next video, again, this is Jimmy Gap, and this channel is I Am Living on Light, and we'll see you tomorrow.